All right, we're going to be taking a look at What Child Is This? Christmas song. Actually, it's the tune is Greensleeves, an old English folk tune, folk song, and we're going to look at it in the key of E minor or G major, the parent scale G major. So we're going to look at a couple different modes. Now, this is an interesting tune here because the tune that probably you're familiar with, at least the one I'm familiar with, the one that's written in our hymn book is it's in Aeolian mode, or it's in the relative minor, but then it has the dominant 7. The 5 is the dominant 7 chord, and it's very common in a minor key to precede the 1 chord with a dominant 7, the 5/7. And so that happens. So that kind of departs from the Aeolian mode. And then in the chorus, when it goes up high, and if you know the Christmas song, this is Christ the Lord, that has a C sharp in it, which is actually the sharp 6. Okay, if you're thinking in the E minor key, the 6 is the C, and it's sharp. So if you're thinking in E Aeolian, it's these notes right here, and when we get to that 5 chord, we use a 5/7, so we actually end up with a sharp 7. So we have this. So we kind of. So you've heard that, I'm sure, before. Now, then also when we get to the chorus, we end up with a C sharp, that sharp 6. So we kind of go into the Dorian mode. All right. So the way we know it kind of borrows several different chords from other different modes. So we're not sticking to the Aeolian mode, not sticking into the natural minor. We don't stay in the Dorian mode with the sharp 6 or the raised 6. It's all it's all different. That's the way I'm familiar with it. Now, if you change one or two of these things, you'll notice a difference. But I think it's a good difference. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to play it just as the original way. Okay, so that means we're going to play the melody. Sorry, it starts here. There was that 5/7, and then we get to the chorus. Oh, sorry, it goes here. There's that sharp 6. And here's the sharp, the 5/7 again. So I'm gonna demonstrate it there first, and the way it's written in the hymn book, with the C sharp in the chorus and the 5/7 preceding the 1 chord, the minor 1 chord. And so that sounds like this. Now let's take a look at it in strictly Aeolian. So that means the Aeolian mode. So there's looking at the 7 modes of the major scale, and we've got the major scale that we're dealing with here is G major. That's that. It has 1 sharp, the F sharp, and It's the sixth mode of the G major scale is E Aeolian, or just E minor. It's right there. It's got the F sharp. It's a G major scale starting on E. That's E Aeolian. So E Aeolian comes from the parent scale G major. Now, so that means when we get to the 5/7, it's not going to be a dominant 7 chord. When we get to that 5 chord, which is B minor, the way you just heard it was played as B major with the 7. But here, in this demonstration, it's going to be just a B minor chord, maybe with the 7 on it as well. And so the ending phrase of each line will be... So it's a little different, and I really like the sound. I think it's much. It's just a different sound that I really like. Also, I like both of them. But take a listen to. Well, also before we play it, when we get to the chorus, there will be no C sharp. So we listen to the chorus. This is Christ the Lord. We're used to hearing that C sharp there. So the way we're going to hear it now, we'll have no C sharp in the chorus. It'll go. I really like the sound of that too. And at first it may strike you as, oh, that sounds wrong, but that's because you're used to hearing it the other way. But just let it sink in, and I think you'll appreciate the sound of the Aeolian mode. Take a listen to this one. Lastly, we're going to take a look at it in the Dorian mode. And the Dorian mode comes from the parent scale D major. I'm going to change the key signature right here to D major, because we're looking at now 2 sharps, and it's the D major scale starting on an E note, starting on E. So we've got these notes in E Dorian. Okay, this is also a minor key, but it's got the C sharp, the raised 6th note. So this is a brighter major scale. It's going to have a brighter sound. You're going to notice. Now you're going to hear the difference right at the very beginning, because the melody goes E, G, A, B to C, which is now altered to C sharp. So it's going to sound like this. So you hear that it just adds a little bit of brightness to it, as opposed to what we just heard. Now that Aeolian mode with the natural C it's hauntingly beautiful, but this Dorian with the C sharp, I think it just sounds much brighter. So go ahead and take a listen. Also, when we get down to the chorus, you're going to hear that familiar sound, because we're used to hearing the chorus like this. We're used to already hearing that C sharp. The only difference is we're going to stay strictly Dorian, so we're not going to go to a major 5 chord. We're used to, the original version that I played goes to that major 5 at the end of the phrase. So it goes, this is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard. Here's the 5 chord, major 5. Now in Dorian, we're still going to have the C sharp. But when we get to here, we're going to go to that 5 minor. So it's a little different there, but I think this one's really pretty too. Take a listen. That's all for this time. I really think this song is a great demonstration of how to hear the difference between Aeolian and Dorian, because it's a folk song. So some people play it already in the Dorian. You may have heard it before. You may have already heard it that way. That may be the way you know it. Others know it already in the Aeolian mode. But also on that chorus, if you know it the original way, we kind of go from Dorian, we kind of go from the Aeolian mode, which is the natural minor, and then we shift into Dorian for the chorus, with the exception of the major 5. But I really think kind of going back between these two and maybe play it in the 2 different variations, one with the C sharp and one not with the C sharp, if you're in the key of E minor, and you'll hear that difference, and it'll kind of clue you in to the difference between Dorian and Aeolian, and that brightness that you hear with the raised 6th.